Hi everybody, Curtis here from Goth Rider Creations, and for our first ever episode I'm going to try and start to make a guitar. Now, I've never made one before, so this could be interesting. I'm hoping it's going to be interesting. Stay tuned, we'll see what happens. So just a little bit of background on this. I don't play guitar, and as I've said, I've never made one before. And the sum total of the knowledge I have about guitars is watching Crimson Guitars and Tim Sway and people like that on YouTube. So, let's just say I'm not exactly what you would call a luthier. Now, for a beginner like me, the myriad of options when it comes to guitar making, finishes, woods, pickups, bridges, it's enough to make someone's head hurt. And I don't need that. So then in comes my absolutely beautiful and gorgeous wife, who seems to enable my madness. I don't know why. But she decided to buy me this. Now, from what I can tell, it's a knockoff S-type guitar. I don't know a lot about it, to be honest with you. It's got no strings. The whammy bar seems to be broken. I think that's what you call it, outside of Guitar Hero. And I think there's an electrical fault because the pickups don't seem to be that loud, if at all. So it's got to be the perfect part stoner for a project like this, surely? Okay, so the first task is to start stripping this thing down and see what we've got to work with. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to try and keep all of the parts on the scratch plate as much as possible. I still don't know a great deal about how they actually go together, so there's no point in me taking everything apart too early and then having to dig around and work it all out. So we'll try and get this as complete as we can. Fingers crossed. And that runs... no wonder this guitar doesn't work very well. Right, this might not be the best angle, but I think we can work out why this thing's been broken. Now, I've only clipped the purple wire, which was the earth wire from the tremolo string holder thing, which is the purple wire here. Now, if you have a look at Exhibit A, floating in the breeze, and the connection wire from the jack socket, only one of the cables is connected. So either live or earth is connected, and in fact no, that looks like shielding wire. Don't know if you can see. So the neutral is connected and the live is floating in the breeze. So either this has had a very hard life, or from the looks of the burnt wires all over this place, someone has tried repairing this a couple of times and gave up. Now, another issue, from what I can see, is that this pickup only has one wire going to it. So obviously you need two to make the coil work, and that's only got one. Now, again, I've done a tiny amount of research, and the wires that you actually use to wrap these coils are tiny thin, like less than a millimetre. So if you break one of those wires, you have to either buy a new coil, start again, and rewind the whole thing. And that's a very technical process, so we're not going there. But it gives us an idea of what's what. And just for entertainment's sake, if we have a look here, what we have is, oh, probably won't even focus on that. That is a piece of broken drill bit that's stuck to one of the magnets on the coils. So probably not the best thing to have in a guitar. But anyway, I'm going to carry on and see if I can break down the last of this. Right, now that is as broken down as I'm going to go for now. What I'm going to do is start tracing out the guitar, see if I can come up with some basic plans, so at least I've got an outline of the guitar, and go from there. And absolutely typical, the battery died. That seems to be a thing in YouTube. Apologies. But basically what I've done is I have created a complete plan and a side profile of the guitar so we know what we're doing. Now I don't know how clear that is on the shot, but we have got the main body, we've got the neck, we've got the headstock, we've created a basic centre line so we know where we are in relation to everything. And with this, can we see that? Possibly. We've got the thickness of the body, the thickness of where the neck sits into the neck pocket, I believe it's called. We've got the thickness of the rest of the neck, and we've got the thickness of the fingerboard. I think it's called a fingerboard. So that gives me the basic thicknesses of the timber that I'm going to need. And we've got a basic plan of, oh, excuse me, what the basic style of the guitar looks like. So from here, we've at least got an idea. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the neck off of the guitar, because thankfully with this one you can unbolt it, and then we can try and get a plan of just the body, because I think that's probably where we're going to start. Nice. So I guess the question is, what's the plan? Now, Ben at Crimson Guitars created the Great Guitar Build-Off 2 years ago, and it allows builders from all over the world to create videos of them building custom guitars, and then you can get judged at the end by professional guitar builders. Now, to me, that sounds like a lot of fun, and it kind of helps me stick to a schedule, because anyone that knows me, hi, I'm not very good at that. So everyone, as far as I can tell, is itching to get started on this year's builds, and we are literally waiting for Ben to announce any day. Any day, Ben? Today? Tomorrow? Maybe? So in the next episode, I'm going to reveal what wood I'm using for this build, give you a bit more specs and details of what I'm actually going to build, and we can get started. Thank you all so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe. I know everyone says it, but a new channel, it really does help. And hopefully we'll see you in the next episode when we can get cracking. Thanks everyone.